This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree, joined by Wayne County Executive Warren Evans and Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. We have an important message for those with delinquent property taxes.
If you own your own home and live in it and have delinquent taxes, money may be available to help you. If you meet these criteria and you fell behind because of unemployment, divorce, a medical event, or a significant housing repair expense, contact stepforwardmichigan.org.
I want you to continue to be a homeowner in Wayne County. If you own your home and live in it and have delinquent property taxes, you can reduce the rate. The interest reduction payment agreement allows you to make monthly payments and avoid foreclosure, but you must act by June 30th.
All municipalities in Wayne County need your tax dollars. Don't ignore our notices. Take advantage of the programs we have by June 30th. Our office is here to help you. Come see us and find out your options. Don't risk losing your home to foreclosure. This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabree. If you don't pay your 2013 and prior year's property taxes or get into a payment agreement, your property is subject to foreclosure this year. For those who owe delinquent property taxes, the good news is that you still have time to enter into a payment agreement and not lose your property. We have payment plans that may help you, but you must see us before June 30th to get back on track. Also, if you own and live in your home, you're eligible for a reduced interest payment agreement. By law, our office must collect taxes that provide essential government services, including police, fire, schools, and more. Keeping people in their homes is critical, and in doing so, we help stabilize neighborhoods to ensure that Wayne County remains a desirable place to live, raise a family, work, and invest. You can pay online, email us, or come on down to the Treasurer's office. My office is here to assist you. Don't risk losing your property to foreclosure. Remember, the deadline is June 30th, so act now.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
When you're having a heart attack, this is how it feels to your heart. And if it happens at night or on the weekend, there's only one hospital team standing by on site to save you. Cardio Team 1 at the DMC. Not on call, but on site, 24/7, 365. Cutting heart attack response time to half the national standard. Cardio Team 1, now at the new DMC Heart Hospital opening this summer. The beat goes on.
Women, married or single, if you are sexually active, you need to be tested for HIV/AIDS right now. If you are considering engaging in protected or unprotected sexual behavior with a new partner, get tested and insist that he is tested as well. Women get tested, especially if you are pregnant or considering childbirth. Information concerning HIV/AIDS programs, call 313-876-0548.
WHPR TV is now on demand. Catch us when you want, how you want, where you want. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Watch your favorite TV shows on demand. And be sure to download the WHPR app. We're now on demand at your demand. WHPR TV Detroit on demand.com. A Watkins Broadcasting Company.
Guy on TV said, "Shop at the warehouse store. You'll save money." I didn't save money. I wasted money.
Going anywhere other than Van Dyke's is a waste, because nobody gives you more style for the money than we do. Plus, right now at Van Dyke's, when you buy one suit, we'll give you 2 more of equal or lesser value free. That's 3 for 1. The lesson of this story?
When you buy clothes at a warehouse store, you're going to be disappointed. I guarantee it.
Van Dyke's on 10 miles just west of Southfield Road.
It's 6 minutes after the hour. Thank you so much for being with us. It's the second hour of our program. And certainly we want to say good morning to each and every one of you. And for those that are just joining us, we thank you so much for being with us as well. The telephone numbers will be right there in about 2 or 3 seconds. 868-0342, 868-0351, 868-4336. Those are the numbers that you have before you, and you're welcome to give us a call. If you're just joining us, what we've been we expecting to arrive, hopefully his schedule, and I know he's trying to make all kinds of TV and radio appearances this morning because it's a very important weekend that he has in order to be able to get the information out to you for as the paying your taxes. And certainly, again, we're expecting Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri to join us as scheduled to join us. It's a live program, so you just don't know what's going to happen, and I just have to be prepared in case it doesn't. But I just want you to know that is what we have prepared the program for you this morning. And so once again, we thank God for each and every one of you. Now, what I'd like to do, because it's very important that I have as much time with the Wayne County Treasurer as possible for you. And I really designed this just for you. So what I'd like to do is just take the break right now. I want you to, for those of you who have any other calls other than the calls for the Wayne County Treasurer, that's the only ones we're going to take. It's the calls for the Wayne County Treasurer. He's in studio. We need to take a break in order to get him in position. And so, again, I just want you to know it is the Wayne County Treasurer. And we talked about June 30th. Here's the deadline. And he can't change the rules. He cannot, change the way that he's the messenger. But you're also the executor in terms of what can happen and get the information to you. And that's why we have him here just for you. We'll be back in about 30 seconds, so don't you go anywhere.
This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri, joined by Wayne County Executive Warren Evans and Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. We have an important message for those with delinquent property taxes.
If you own your own home and live in it and have delinquent taxes, money may be available to help you. If you meet these criteria and you fell behind because of unemployment, divorce, a medical event, or a significant housing repair expense, contact stepforwardmichigan.org.
I want you to continue to be a homeowner in Wayne County. If you own your home and live in it and have delinquent property taxes, you can reduce the rate. The interest reduction payment agreement allows you to make monthly payments and avoid foreclosure, but you must act by June 30th.
All municipalities in Wayne County need your tax dollars. Don't ignore our notices. Take advantage of the programs we have by June 30th. Our office is here to help you. Come see us and find out your options. Don't risk losing your home to foreclosure. This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. If you don't pay your 2013 and prior year's property taxes or get into a payment agreement, your property is subject to foreclosure this year. For those who owe delinquent property taxes, the good news is that you still have time to enter into a payment agreement and not lose your property. We have payment plans that may help you, but you must see us before June 30th to get back on track. Also, if you own and live in your home, you're eligible for a reduced interest payment agreement. By law, our office must collect taxes that provide essential government services, including police, fire, schools, and more. Keeping people in their homes is critical, and in doing so, we help stabilize neighborhoods to ensure that Wayne County remains a desirable place to live, raise a family, work, and invest. You can pay online, email us, or come on down to the Treasurer's office. My office is here to assist you. Don't risk losing your property to foreclosure. Remember, the deadline is June 30th, so act now.
You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live.
Okay, thank you so much, Jim Holley. Once again, I'm here with you on this Saturday morning, and of course, as I indicated to you, that we've been looking forward for you to have an opportunity to have a conversation with the Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabri, and we have him here with us live in living color. Thank you so much for being with us, my friend.
Rev Holley, thank you.
Good. It's just good to see you. And I want to always, I haven't said it on air, but I just want you to know, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I mean, you're the first African-American, I know you don't want to talk about it, but I'm just proud of it, the first African-American treasurer in the 200-some years of the Wayne County. Am I right?
That's right.
Is that right?
That's correct.
You just, I'm more excited about it than you are. I guess the thing about it is, of course, is that you have to realize that again, the history is fine, but right now it's about the moment.
Right now, yeah, we're trying to concentrate on the folks who are facing foreclosure.
Right.
To
Yeah.
get them into payment plans.
Yeah.
And understand that the June 30th is the deadline.
Well, what was it first? Because you got it extended to June 30th, but
Right.
I mean, it was earlier.
It was like June 7th.
Okay.
Really, but
Is that right?
we extended it because when we take our final judgment, the statute says that you can have 21 days after that to get your redemption period.
Okay.
So redeem the property. So
Gotcha.
we got our final judgment on June 9th.
Okay.
So the 21 days after that is June 30th.
Right. Gotcha.
And then we have to, no later than the first Tuesday of July, we have to give all the municipalities the list of properties that are going to foreclosure.
Okay.
And that's July 5th.
Right.
So we only have a short time between next Thursday and the first Tuesday of July.
Yeah.
So, and the 4th of July weekend is coming up, so that means that people won't be working. So we have to work. You know.
Are we ahead of where we were last year
Yes,
in terms of saving? I mean,
Oh yeah, we are. We're
that's
doing
really
better.
great.
We're about 10,000 properties better.
Oh, great. That's great.
Less 10,000 less going to the auction.
Yeah, right.
So far.
Yeah, gotcha.
So
Let's go to the phones right quick. Caller, you in touch with the Wayne County Treasurer? How are you this morning?
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Mr. Sabri,
Yes.
my mother, unbeknown to us, has lost her home to the land bank. We just found out last week. House has been paid for forever and everything else. She was depending on one of our relatives to pay the taxes. We found out the taxes have not been paid since 2012. Now, we found out that the house is in the land bank authority. How do I go about buying my mother's house back or getting her to get her house back?
Okay, it's good that it's still in the land bank because that means it didn't sell in the auction. So what happens is the property doesn't sell in the auction, and we have to offer all the unsold properties to the city, and the city declines, then the land bank will take it.
How is
So she can go to the land bank. I don't have the land bank's number with me, but they're located in the Guardian building, right on Congress and Griswold, and you can go to the land bank and try to purchase the property. And I think they're selling properties to occupants, people who are living in these properties.
Right.
So you can approach them and try to purchase the property back.
Yeah, she's still in the property, and she's 87 years old, and she has no idea that this is going on.
Right. But
Okay.
so go down to Monday morning.
I just want to go down there and pay this off if I could.
Okay, Monday morning.
Okay, the Guardian building is what
Yes,
you're saying?
ma'am.
Yeah, Guardian building. Just ask for the information desk.
It's on the
for-
fifth
for
floor.
Land bank. Fifth floor of the
floor?
Guardian. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and I have to do this before June 30th, though, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
No,
Okay,
this
I will be there.
This is a
Wait a
separate thing. June 30th is the deadline for people who are facing foreclosure right now for 2013
okay, so what about
taxes.
that situation I got?
If you've already lost the property and it's in the land bank, then you just need to go down there and try to buy it back. The deadline doesn't apply to you because it was already foreclosed
And
last year.
what you want to do is get it before the auction.
They're selling properties, but if it's occupied,
Before the auction.
it's very likely they'll sell it to the person who's living there.
Okay.
Okay,
right.
thank you so much.
Caller, you in touch with the treasurer? How are you this morning?
Good morning, Reverend Holley. How are you?
Just fine, thank you.
And to Mr. Sabri, how are you?
Good morning.
Flag Wayne County Treasurer.
Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Sabri, I want two things. I would like to know the website to the Step Forward, and then also for the people who do not have a computer, and I know you can call that 224-5990 number. Could you please give them the information to that as well? And I am going out today because I got a couple people on my block need to get into the Step Forward program. So I'm going to listen out there because I barely can hear you. And Mrs. Sabri, can you talk up just a little bit in that microphone so we can hear you a little bit louder? And I'll hang up and I'll listen to get the information to the Step Forward program. Okay?
Okay.
And you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
All right,
Certainly,
thank you.
certainly. A Step Forward program is a federally funded program run by the state of Michigan. And over the last 3 years, about $54 million has been spent in Wayne County to help about 6,300 people, a little more than 6,300 people, get all of their delinquent taxes and current taxes paid.
Okay.
So this program, I'm going to give you their website, because anyone that has a case number from Step Forward before June 30th, we also will remove them from foreclosure. So if you get a case number, yesterday they gave us 420 or so properties that people applied to Step Forward, and we removed them all out of foreclosure while the process is going on.
Gotcha.
StepForwardMichigan.org. That's StepForwardMichigan.org, and the phone number there is also 866-946-7432.
Let's get it one more time.
It's 866-946-7432. And the way the Step Forward program works, you have to have a deed in your name, you have to live in the property, you have to have suffered some financial hardships through unemployment, divorce, medical problems, so forth, and you have to show that they have income going forward to pay the taxes, and you have to have less than $10,000 in the bank.
Gotcha.
That's really what Step Forward does.
Okay, thank you very much. Call you in touch with the Wayne County Treasurer. How are you? Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Yes, how are you? Caller?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're in the air.
Yeah, I want to know when the 2015 taxes were due.
Yeah, the 2016 taxes are not, don't come out. 15 taxes. They were due, summer taxes were due, they came out July 1st. I think they're due August 1st. The winter taxes came out December 1st. Okay. And the city turned over the delinquent taxes that weren't paid from 15 to the Wayne County Treasurer's Office on March 1st of this year.
So do you have that?
Yeah, I got a mailing saying I could pay this month, or I can wait till August. Or
I can't.
You say it again.
For 2015 taxes.
You could pay it this August, right?
You can pay the 2015 taxes anytime before March 1st, and not suffer that penalty and interest that's added. It's right now the interest for the 15 taxes is 1% per month. But if you wait until
is there a possibility to get the 2015 taxes exempt?
No, the exemptions have to take place in the current year. So in other words, you have to apply to the city assessor's office. Now they can decide to go back and exempt someone from a previous year if they want to, but you have the exemptions take place at for the current year. But you have to apply to the assessor's office for exemptions.
I don't know. My mom is 89 years old, and her taxes, she's got this paper. She only owes $560 something for taxes, about $500 for the 2015. So I was just wondering, I got until August, or I got until March to pay it.
Well, here's the 2015s. If you wait after March 1st, there's a penalty and interest added.
Penalty, okay.
That's why I was saying if you pay it before.
Is there anything she can do to get it lowered or anything?
She can go down to the city assessor's office and apply for exemption. The exemptions are based on income, not age, unlike some states.
Yeah, zero income.
Based on income, I think it's $19,300 for one person. You get a full exemption, and then they have a scale that they use for either partial exemptions for more income. But you have to apply to the assessor's office at the Coleman A. Young Municipal Center for the city of Detroit on the 8th floor.
Yeah, I was thinking rather than the family getting together to pay the taxes, maybe she could get exempted by her being her age.
Yeah.
No,
she
in
don't
Michigan,
have any income.
Unfortunately, in Michigan, and unlike Georgia,
she don't have an income though now.
Doesn't.
It's not based on age.
Not
it's based
on
upon income. Okay.
All right.
Yeah. Let me ask you this though, quickly, because I wanted to get back. But when I was on the board of review for taxes in March, and a lot of people come to get exempt and get lowered, reduced. But when I was there, and if I see an 89-year-old lady coming before me, and even though it's based upon income, I got a feeling that she will have some that even though, because it is a discretionary of the board of review,
right?
And if I come before the board of review, at 89 years old, and she come down there, you know, I'm going to give us. I'm going to help her.
Well, so that's
I mean, it's not for you to say.
Right. But
I'm just saying to you is that there is a board of review in March that you go before, and you can get help in March of each year.
Right. There's two things. You can reduce the taxes by challenging your assessment.
Right.
And you can apply for an exemption.
Right. So I just want you to understand that's the thing.
That's
about
very
it.
important. That's very important because that's where the process starts.
Absolutely. But if I'm 89 years old and you come before me, and there are people like me that's there, then I'm gonna give you.
I think the seniors that we have in our community, and especially the veterans that we have in our community,
they deserve
should get a little bit more.
Absolutely.
More consideration.
Absolutely. Call you in touch. Hurry this morning. Good morning.
Hey, good morning, fellas. How y'all doing?
Okay.
Good morning.
Hey, you know, my sister gave us a house that our parents owned, and but she didn't give it to us until it was more than 2 years in arrears for property taxes. Now, I just turned 62 and started getting Social Security, so I will be able to keep up with it. So I went down there and I gave them $800 from 2014, and I was trying to get into the payment program.
Okay.
I said, well, ma'am, how do I do that?
Okay.
She told me if the deed has not been registered with the city, you're not eligible for this money. I said, well, ma'am, once my sister came down here and gave us the property and put the deed in our name, how come you didn't notify us that this property had to be registered with the city of Detroit, you know? And so it was something like $140. But by the time I got information about it, it was now over $200. I think it would help if they wouldn't be assessing all of these penalties and interest would help more. This is why a lot of people can't pay, because by them being in debt, Wayne County consistently, nonstop, continue to add these penalties, and this is creating a problem for those people, you know. But my main question was, how come I'm not eligible for the program? Because I'm not, this deed hasn't been read. I didn't know nothing about a deed. I've been a homeowner, but I was in, I had an escrow account. I didn't have to deal with that, you know. But now I got a house where the property is paid for in full, and now I'm sitting up here looking at this bill right this minute. It's $1,300 for 2014, $1,100 for 16, and I'm saying to myself, why didn't the city? The lady down there plainly told me, we ain't obligated to tell you nothing, and I left.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, sir, are you living in this house?
Yes,
Sir?
I'm living in this house. My license is at this house. Everything.
He says you live.
Are you living in the house right now? Are you living in the house?
Right here in the house, talking to you, looking at TV.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, yes.
If you're living in the house and the deed is in your name, then you're eligible for an interest reduction agreement.
Is the deed? Have you registered the deed yet?
No, I haven't registered the deed yet.
Why don't you do that today?
I'm waiting on monthly income coming from Social Security.
You're eligible.
So actually, the date, this July 30th date, I'm not going to get any money until the third week of next month. So this program that you're referring to, I won't even be able to meet that. You know, I'm trying to get this $200 and something up to get this thing, our title, the deed registered with the city.
Well,
you know, I don't know whether to pay that first or make another payment towards the taxes.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that I can't get none of this money that the government is sending us because this deed is not registered with the city.
Well, let me ask you this. How much did you have to put down to get into the payment plan? Did they tell you in the office?
They never let me in. She told me because the deed is not in our name. My sister put the deed in our name without our knowledge. She told us she was going to do it, but she didn't tell us when she was going to do it. So when I got knowledge of the deed had to be registered with the city, you know, I had already gave.
So
why
it's a lot of things that.
Why haven't you done that? Why haven't you done that?
You say you didn't have the money to.
Because I haven't had the money to do it.
How much does it cost?
I'm thinking this house.
How much does it cost?
So I'm running down there trying to keep her from taking this house. How
much does it cost to get the thing registered? How much did
it's
you
over $200 now because they hit it with penalty and interest.
Here's what he needs to come to the office and ask to speak to me.
Okay. You hear what he said?
Because there's a lot of things you said that it's going to take some time to resolve.
Son,
it could be
sir.
resolved, but somebody's got to walk you through the steps because I don't think.
Did you hear what he said? Are you there?
Yeah. Okay. So where are you talking about coming to?
Coming down to the treasurer's office on Monday morning. You can come down
at what floor?
Between 10 and 12 on the 5th floor and ask to speak to me, Eric Sabri, the treasurer.
See if he can get it now.
What's
your first name? What's your first name?
My first name is Curtis, but keep in mind this house is in four brothers.
Curtis, we
one
tried.
of them got dementia. Another one, he's not paying any. Two others are not paying any money. I'm solely responsible for it. This is the only place I got.
But we're trying to. Curtis, I know you're frustrated. I feel the man is trying to help you. He's asking you to come down at 10 o'clock Monday morning and see if he can walk you through all of this to save your house. I know you're frustrated, but the treasurer is asking you, just he will tell his secretary he's looking for a Curtis. Ain't but one Curtis in Michigan. That's you.
There's probably 50 people a day trying to see me.
Right.
And I'm telling you to come and see me.
Yeah.
So,
So I'm just saying so we can walk you through it, my friend, and so you can save your house. And I don't want you to lose it for $200, okay? If all it takes you to get the deed registered, then we'll find that for you somewhere under a rock. But I just want you to understand, let's try to help you. Don't get so frustrated that you can't see what we're trying to do. Call you in touch. All right, this morning. Good morning. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. You in touch with the treasurer? Call. Are you there?
Yes.
Well,
first of all, I want the treasurer to explain what is the MCL 211-78K. And then secondly, where really are the state programs, the federal programs, and what is the preempt and the the trouble moratorium that Executive Warren Evans had talked about, and also the assets relief program and the tax incentives. And I think that it is frivolous to charge people interest and penalties. And at the same time, I think I'll give you a prime example. I looked at a property that has been abandoned for 5 years. It shows that the property, they wanted $18,000. They wanted about $3,000 down. This property is not even worth $1. It should be abandoned. And furthermore, when the properties are foreclosed and they take the property, it's the obligation of the county to come out and secure their properties, and they do not do that. You need to go out there and look at these properties and see if they're structurals and look at the community, because I think at the same time the taxes are much too high. And explain to the people what is the purpose of the Michigan Tribunal Court, and if I file a bankruptcy before the 30th, will they take my property? Yes or no?
All right.
I can barely hear him, but
you got that.
But he said basically the MCL 211.78. That's Public Act 123. That's what governs all the tax forfeiture and foreclosure actions. It's state law, and our office follows the state law. Right. So if the interest is state law mandated, we were able to reduce the interest rate for 2 years. The legislature gave us a 2-year window to reduce the interest rate for owner occupants from 18% a year to 6% a year. I agree, it's very high. It's real unreasonable to me, but that's why we fought to get it reduced. Yeah. And it was reduced for 2 years. The legislature only allowed us 2 years. We have a Senate bill 1009, which just got out of the Senate committee, hasn't been passed, hasn't been to the House yet. We don't know if it's going to be passed in the fall or not. But if that's the case, we'll get it extended for a couple more years. Then the tax tribunal issue, that's challenging your assessments.
Right.
I mean, that's something that that's the tax tribunal, Michigan Tax Tribunal. They govern that.
I got you.
And that's the last step in the appeal process of challenging your assessments. That's out of Lansing, and they do that state law as well. And I think he had another question.
Yeah. Called you in touch. How are you this morning? How are you?
Good morning.
Yes, how you doing?
I have a question about, I have a lot that's next to me that I would like to purchase. The lot, there was a home on it, and they tore it down about 2 years ago, and I would like to purchase it. Every time I try to get some information on it, I cannot find anything out about it. And I've searched on the web, and the address doesn't come up of the lot at all.
Okay, we got
Do
you.
you handle that?
Okay, well, the Register of Deeds has all the information who owns the properties, but if you came to the office, we could tell you who the taxpayer is,
Right.
taxpayer of record is,
Right.
and what the status of the taxes are.
But also, but also the city can tell you as well, because if it's a vacant lot, you have a right to purchase it. And
Well,
they can sell it to you.
if it's city owned.
Yeah, right.
If the city
Yeah.
could tell you whether they own it or not.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's right.
Whether
Okay.
they could tell you whether it's a city owned.
So again, I'm kind of confusing you probably. How can he do it now?
I say the Register of Deeds is the official recorder of ownership.
Right.
In Wayne
The
County.
Register of Deeds?
Register of Deeds. They're located on the 7th floor of 400 Monroe.
Okay.
And you can find out who owns the property. If the city owns the
Is there a
property.
number for that?
I'm sorry.
Do you have it on hand?
We don't have. There's no phone number. We can give you the address only because you can't phone it in. You got to go in. You can't. They're not
Well,
going to tell you.
they have a website. They have a website?
Yes, they do. If you go to
And I go on the website, and then they leave a number there, and I
Okay, that'll work.
No one to answer
That'll work.
the phone.
That'd be good. You can go to Wayne County Register of Deeds, and they have a website.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Call you in touch. How are you this morning?
Good. How you both?
Just
Very
thank you.
good. Thank you.
Well, what I need to know is anybody looking into seniors over 65 not having to pay any property taxes? There are some states don't. I'm from South Carolina. I've been here over 50 years. I've been a homeowner over 50 years, and now I'm still paying property taxes. There are people here 90 and 100 still paying property. Man, my relatives in South Carolina, they don't pay any property taxes. Beautiful homes over 65. Is anybody looking into that? We need a break as seniors. We need a break.
I agree. I think you need to talk with the
Who's
state.
looking into that?
The state legislatures are the one that can change that. Yep.
Call you in touch. How are you this morning? Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Yeah, I wanted to address the treasurer. If I file a bankruptcy before the 30th, will they take my property? Yes or no? That's the first one. And secondly, there's a lot of properties that's sold by the county that has been neglected. And isn't it the county's responsibility if they foreclose these properties to go out and secure their properties, to cut the grass, and to cease and desist from these properties being a nuisance in the community? They take the properties and y'all abandon them. Y'all need to go out and look at the properties because they don't have a clue from the land bank or the state or the treasurer. And I also like you to explain to the people what is the SPA and a RSP, and a PRE and a DOOE and a BOA, and what is the NEV Act? And shame on the county.
All right. Okay. Did you get this?
Yeah, I think he asked about bankruptcy. If you file bankruptcy before the end of May, then your property will be removed out of the foreclosure process, but because of the deadline for that, and that's May 31st. And if you file after that, then it doesn't affect the foreclosure at all.
Okay.
Now,
Call you in touch. How are you this morning? Good morning. Caller?
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Reverend Holley.
Yes.
And Mr. Eric. If you have a home in your parents' name, how do you go about getting it changed when you have the documents?
okay, you should go through probate court is the way that you do that. Now, if you have other siblings or relatives who may have some rights to the property, you have to also get them to be involved, sign off. But you need to go to probate court and maybe get an attorney who handles probate work if you don't understand the process yourself.
You okay with that? Did you get it? I guess it's gone. The numbers are right there on your screen. Of course, 868-0342, 868-0351, 868-4336. Those are the numbers we have with us this morning. And certainly we thank you for your calls. And certainly we still got time for the calls with the Wayne County Treasurer, Eric Sabree. And again, we thank you for being with us. Eric, you know, the thing about it is that a lot of times when people come into office, and people may not like how this is run, how that is run. The point is that as a public servant, your job is basically to execute the rules and regulations,
Right.
and try to make it very comfortable and very knowledgeable and transparent to the citizens, so they can indeed be able to have the right information, so they can, whether it's to saving their home or getting another steps in trying to move forward to the next year and all. So I mean, that's really what, and I think do you feel like sometimes people feel that like the caller said earlier, that the state matters, it's nothing that you can have any control over. It's some things that the state just mandates, and what you have to do is work within the law.
We have to work within the law. We're doing what we can in terms of we stretch it as far as we can to help individuals, because the problems in Wayne County are much worse than they are anywhere else in the state.
Right. Is it anything that you've done in terms of looking throughout the country that basically once you get settled in, and obviously right now you're very busy trying to help people stay in their homes, but probably there's got to be a span where you can basically sort of see what you can do to literally, because as we feel like in Michigan, especially in Wayne County and in Detroit, that what took place for 5 years while the city was going through bankruptcy, all of us was going through. We just didn't have a Robert Orr to help us.
Everybody's struggling.
Everybody's struggling. So if everybody's struggling, then why is it anything that they've done around the country that could be used as a model to help us to make it a little better for citizens in the city of Detroit?
In terms of foreclosures, we are number one in the country.
Okay.
And nobody can really explain to us what we should do, because nobody's had to experience what we've experienced.
Gone through.
But
is that right?
Exactly. The next highest county had in Cuyahoga County, Ohio, in terms of numbers of foreclosures, is about something like 10% of where we are.
Okay.
So we are. What other people can show us is how we can get more money circulating in our city.
Yeah.
That's what we need.
Right.
People can have more money.
Yeah,
that's why people are struggling, because they don't have any money.
But I mean, say for example, if you got a senior citizen that's 75 plus, I mean, it just somehow, I don't know why in the world would that they would think that the senior citizen got the same kind of income that she had 30 years ago. I mean, so I'm just saying to you.
We have a number of legislatures that represent the city and the county.
Right.
Somebody needs to introduce a bill.
Right. Yeah.
And that's all.
Yeah.
They have to introduce a bill.
Yeah.
To say remove property taxes from seniors.
Yeah.
And see and try to get it through. I mean, somebody has to do something in the legislature to make it happen.
Because it was 18%. In terms of the penalty, and then somebody, I think it was the mayor, Duggan.
Our office, we started the process. Okay. And then we got a couple of other counties to go along. And then Mayor Mike Duggan joined in, and the legislature said, we'll give you 2 years.
To down to 6, to reduce it. So if they were able to do from 18 to 6, it's very possible they could take 6 to 2. The point is, is that it's not unfair. Not that I have to. You're a man of age to have to defend your office or anything. But the point is that when you come into an office and somebody's been there for several years and they haven't done nothing but basically status quo, and then when you come in, you got to have time to really sit down and see what you can do to help and I'm sure that's what you're doing.
We have a number of things that we can improve on.
Yeah.
But I'm as aware of them as any of these callers are.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And I'm more aware of them than the callers are.
Right. Yeah.
So what we're doing is trying to fix any of the problems, especially customer service.
Yeah.
And the brother's talking about the grass cutting.
Yeah.
We have 3 contractors cutting grass all the time.
Yeah.
But we're not doing it fast enough.
Yeah.
And and the land bank, the Wayne County Land Bank is is coming back again.
Yeah.
It had really been dormant for a couple of years.
Right.
We're bringing them back so that they can take over the properties that we have. We own a number of lots. As most of the ones in Detroit, the properties in Detroit have been transferred to the Detroit Land
Right.
Bank.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And the properties outside of Detroit are the majority of the ones we own. We only own about 600 properties.
Yeah, but then I'm going right back to the phone because there's a thing that came about 30 years ago with Judge Keefe.
Terrence Keefe.
No, Judge Keefe.
Damon Keefe.
Yeah,
Talking
Damon
about
Keefe
Keefe,
when he
Judge
was
Keefe.
doing a situation in Hamtramck about Negro removal. And so what happens here is that we feel like based upon the taxes and based upon a lot of things that's going on, it's pushing us out. They got incentives to bring people in, but they don't have any incentives to keep the people who are here in. And so I see people coming down the expressway with moving vans, and see people going out with out the expressway with moving vans. It's just that it's coming out with us going out, and they coming in. So I guess I'm just saying to you is, it's imperative that the people who represent us really try to do something about this, and so that you have some legs to stand on.
Right. Many of the people who stayed in Detroit, including myself, didn't get any benefit from reducing. The assessment did not get reduced until recently.
Right.
2013.
Right.
So 2008, 9, 10, 11,
Right.
for all those years, the
Right.
values of the properties went down.
Yeah.
The economy went down. Couldn't sell your property.
Right.
Couldn't borrow any money. Now, but your taxes didn't go down.
Right.
Everything stayed
That's
the
what I'm
same.
saying.
So this is why one of the reasons why we have the situation we have.
Did you feel like this upside down is going right side up? Is that anything in the horizon in terms of the market and so that we can have value for value?
Just an unofficial kind of surveying people.
Yeah.
Things are getting better.
Yeah.
But slow.
But slow.
Slow. It's not fast enough.
Yeah.
You know, some people saying, "Well, I just got a new job."
Yeah. Right.
Or I just got called back to work.
Right.
So it's better than those people saying, "I just lost my job."
Yeah,
I'm
gotcha.
getting more people saying they just got a job than those who just lost a job.
Yeah,
but
gotcha.
it's not happening fast enough, and there's not enough really going on to get people skills, you know. And I know there's a lot of effort people are making,
Right.
but it doesn't seem like, we're not like, you got to go back to high school vocational education to really start solving this problem.
Gotcha. Call you in touch with the county treasurer. How are you this morning? Thank you for being.
Fine.
Yes,
I
how are
was
you?
wondering, what kind of problem would it be to try to get some of the residents to cut the grass at these vacant homes and these empty lots? Say, for instance, I'm going to give you a 15% reduction in your property taxes to do so, or send them a check. This would be quicker. The only thing I don't like about the people who cutting it now, they're not even from here. They come out here with these dual lawnmowers. There's plastic bottles, glass, paper, and everything else in the grass. They make it look worse than what it was before they even started cutting. And this is actually Curtis calling back. You didn't tell me which building I got to go to, Monroe or City County building, to come down here and see you.
400 Monroe on the 5th floor.
Okay. Call you in touch. How are you this morning?
I just got something to ask the treasurer. It's like the state is very oppressive in their ways when it comes to this property. And from what I've been hearing from you being on this show and other shows, is that it's almost impossible to outright own your property. One way or another, you gonna pay to just stay where you at. Like the younger lady said, for seniors, the seniors shouldn't have to pay property taxes. I think after so long of paying property taxes, I think they have built up a certain amount of interest, a vested interest in that property, and I'm in agreement. What is stopping the county from basically saying to the state, listen, this is how it's going to go? It's like It's like the state shouldn't even be owning property. Where did they ever buy a property at? Who did they ever buy the property from? Right. And why are they being so oppressive over something that they can't even prove ownership of? It's like if y'all don't do what they say, they're going to come down on y'all, so y'all come down on us, and the only thing you is doing is coming up with programs within the law to make it better.
Gotcha. Okay, let me see.
It's a good question. Actually,
but it's a good question, but not for you. It's a good question for state legislatures. He ought to run for a state legislator because the law is the law.
What he's saying is 100% correct.
Yeah, sure it is.
You know, if you live in Florida, you don't pay property tax. If you live in Georgia, you're 75 years old, you get about 75% reduction in your taxes. So it's the state law that has to be changed if that's going to happen.
And that's all I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And you either get the people in the state to change it, or you run and try to change it as a state law. Because in other words, Reverend, you got to work with what you got. And when I come here every Saturday, and we are vote does count. In other words, it matters when you vote. Yeah. And if you don't vote for the right people and you don't vote at all, then the people get in there and they're the people that are oppressing us because for the lack of participation in voting.
Now, a lot of times you hear legislatures say, well, if I introduce this bill, I won't get any support. Yeah. But then you still got to introduce it. Yeah. You still got to make an effort. Because if you're not making an effort at all, then you're getting calls like this saying, well, you know,
well, I just think, you know, for stuff like this, that's what makes everybody that's got a homeowner, all of us just go to the land and just if you want to have a sit down, that we ought to sit down is on that. Because again, you can't sit here and have an economy that basically is not in full bloom. We don't have the jobs. We don't have the skills for the jobs. When they do come, I can't stay in the home if I don't pay my taxes. When I was a homeowner, I had my taxes built into my payment. Right. What's wrong with that now? What happened to that?
It still goes on, but these homes are paid for. Most of the people who are suffering this problem, their homes are already paid for.
Already paid for. I got you.
That makes it even worse because they've already paid the house.
Well, when I paid my car note, I needed to put the money aside for the house note. Something's got to happen.
The taxes. That's why we started monthly payments.
Yeah.
Because people would budget monthly.
You can pay your taxes monthly.
You can pay your current taxes, even though the city doesn't send you out a coupon. You can just divide your taxes up and just pay. Send a monthly payment in. You can do that.
And I guess, Eric, see
that's on. But they're not telling people to do that. But we started monthly payments in our office, and the city said they're going toward monthly payments, but they haven't got there yet. But you know, if you divide $3,600 a tax bill 12 times, that's $300 a month. So
it's better than paying $300 a month than paying $3,600 at one time.
And then if you don't pay it that year, then you get the penalties and interest added. It becomes a $5,000 bill in short time.
Caller, you in touch? How are you this morning?
Yes, sir. I was wondering, Mr. Sabri, is this thing still active about letting the land bank sell properties back to the occupants for $1,000? That was going on in October. I don't know if you're aware of that or not.
I couldn't hear that too well.
One more time.
Okay, is it still a program for land bank to sell the properties back to occupants for $1,000? They started something like that in October.
Yes, they have a pilot program, and actually told us that this year after the auction, they took so many occupied houses that this year, after the auction is over, if there are any occupied houses that don't sell, then they're not going to take any. They're going to leave them with the Wayne County Treasurer. So
you okay
that means that we'll be selling the properties that are occupied this year.
Yeah.
Because they do have a program, but they have so many that I think they just started in October, and it's taking time. You know, it's like they sold 300 or 400 maybe.
Yeah. You okay, caller?
I can barely hear him, but in other words, you're saying that program is not available anymore?
It's still there. They have an owner occupant sales program going on.
Uh-huh.
Who would she talk to?
The Wayne County Land Bank again in the Guardian Building, Griswold and Congress.
So that is still available, right?
Yes, it's still available. Yes, it is.
something about they won't do something anymore? They're going to send them to you or what?
Well, I said after the auction this year, this coming auction, the properties that don't sell in the auction, usually the city would take all the properties that don't sell because by law we have to offer the properties to the city. But if they're occupied, the city's indicated that they probably won't take them this year because they have so many already.
Okay. So when is the auction coming up, sir?
The auction is in September and October every year.
September, October of this year.
This year, yes.
And that's for all the properties, period.
Yes.
Okay.
All the ones that are in foreclosure will be put in auction.
How would you know when that property is going to come up for auction? Are they going to tell you something, or it just all of a sudden comes up, or what? How do we know?
No, we advertise every year. It's online for 30 days, even before the auction starts.
Okay.
We'll have them listed by August 19th and August 20th. There'll be a list of properties online, and you can see what's available. And then we start the auction. I think this year it starts September 19th. We start actually closing the property.
Our best bet is to try to beat that auction, right? With
Right.
The program.
Right.
Right. And we can't. They will allow us to do that.
These are two separate things that we're talking about. These are two separate things. The land bank has property that's already been through the auction.
Okay.
And the properties that we auction are properties that are just going to foreclosure this year. So there's two different things.
Two different things.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for explaining.
All right. You're welcome.
Caller, you in touch right quickly. How are you?
Just fine. So are you saying that we can go down there to the city and pay our taxes, our present-day taxes monthly? Is that on the books? Is that a law or what?
No, it's not. It's not on the books, but if you go to make a payment, they're going to accept your payment. If a partial payment, it's called a partial payment. If you owe $1,000 and you go down and give them $250, they're going to give you a receipt for $250, and you have a balance of $750.
Now, for that auction, do I have to put money up first in order to bid on those houses in September?
Yes, you do. Everybody has to register, and there's a deposit for.
It's refundable.
It's a refundable
How much
deposit
is that?
for one property. If you want to bid on one property, it's $2,500. For multiple properties, it's $10,000.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Okay, dear. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Right.
I'm looking forward to voting for you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's good. It's good information, and I appreciate you always available and trying to get the message out there.
One day, we never get to perfection.
Yeah.
But one day we'll get there. Where we should be.
Yeah. And I again, I know that I just want people to stay in Detroit. I just want people to stay in Detroit as you do. Want them to stay in Detroit. And somewhere down the line, and I know you're just getting started, but probably need to sit around and have a kitchen cabinet and look at what's going around the country and see if we can be proactive, Eric, in terms of saying to the legislature what they got to do for the citizens of Detroit.
I agree with that, because what we're doing right now, we went out and did door-to-door. We had community groups this year in the cities. Right. We had a task force with the city. We went out to 8,000 properties.
Is that
and
right?
We got 6 interns from Michigan State working in our office. The school is paying for them. They're getting credit.
Right.
They're working with us. We went to 8,000 properties because those are the ones we identified as occupied.
Right.
And many of them were vacant when we got there.
Right.
But still, there was over 7,000 that were occupied.
Right.
And at least when the survey came back, at least 1,200 of the people that we talked to that were facing foreclosure said they didn't even know they were facing foreclosure.
Right.
And out of those people that we all talked to, only 400 people came down and got into payment plans or paid their taxes.
Yeah.
So it's a multiple problems. Some people don't know what's going on. Other people don't have the money, and they're just afraid.
Right, quickly though, Eric. For example, I'm renting. I pay you rent. I pay this guy rent.
Right.
I pay this guy in my house for the house I'm renting.
Yes.
He don't pay his taxes.
Right.
So I'm living in a house
that now is getting ready to get foreclosed. So
my understanding, this is a lot of.
This is half the occupied houses are renters.
Say that again.
Half of the occupied houses that are facing foreclosure are renters.
Renters.
People are living in them. The landlords didn't pay the taxes. They've been paying rent, and now they find out the property's going to foreclosure.
And Reverend, to me, that's criminal. To me, that's something that the legislature, the prosecutor, that's criminal. That is really criminal.
So what happens now, in some of these landlords still have the nerve even to try to evict the people.
Yeah.
After the foreclosure.
Yeah, right.
When they don't even own it anymore.
Right.
And they also try to collect rent all the way
until to the foreclosure.
They'll collect rent as long as they can.
Sure.
So people need the notices that we send out go to the houses as well as to the owners.
Yeah.
So the renter, if they get in the mail, they realize the property is foreclosed.
But I guess what I'm saying is, Eric, if somehow the renters got to know, you got to keep your landlord in check.
Right.
You got to give me a copy. If I'm giving you I need to know if you're paying on your taxes. Right. Because what's the number again? Half.
What's that?
Half of the rent.
Half of the occupied properties that are facing foreclosure
are renters.
Are renters.
Say it again.
Half of the occupied properties that are facing foreclosure are occupied by renters.
And Reverend, and to me, that is really that's sinful. That's sinful. That should be, people should be punished, because obviously I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, and then you turn around and my landlord is not doing what he's supposed to do, and then I got 3 children, I got 4 children, and I gotta go. I'm gonna be put out because I did everything I was supposed to do with my hard-earned money.
Well, we work with the courts, the 36th District Court
really,
for sure, but it is because they're really defenseless. The people
I put the jail on top of them, Reverend.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming.
All right, thank you, Rev Holley.
And I know we don't have time to do another one because 30th is next Thursday.
Next Thursday.
The 30th is next Thursday. The 30th is next Thursday. And my sister, brother, and Curtis, you need to be there on Monday at 10 o'clock on the 5th floor. And ask for Mr. Sabri. He's looking for Curtis.
I'm looking for Curtis.
One Curtis. And so I'm just saying to you, and so again, and I appreciate, I'm so proud of you, man. I'm so proud of you. I'm proud of your family, proud of how God has really blessed you to be in this position. And I say to you in your face, Eric, to your face, I say it behind your back. I mean, you're just a stand-up guy. You're really a stand-up guy. And if anybody is worthy of this honor, if anybody, it's you. And I am so grateful because I know that you have the heart.
Thank you, Rev Holley. Appreciate it. Thank you.
You have the heart for the people, and the people have a heart for you.
Thank
you so much. Don't forget
June 30th,
and also don't forget August, because you got to vote for Eric so he can continually to help you and me. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being with us. And don't forget, my sisters and brothers, that same time, 8 to 10, the next Saturday. And remember, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.
This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri, joined by Wayne County Executive Warren Evans and Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. We have an important message for those with delinquent property taxes.
If you own your own home and live in it and have delinquent taxes, money may be available to help you. If you meet these criteria and you fell behind because of unemployment, divorce, a medical event, or a significant housing repair expense, contact stepforwardmichigan.org.
I want you to continue to be a homeowner in Wayne County. If you own your home and live in it and have delinquent property taxes, you can reduce the rate. The interest reduction payment agreement allows you to make monthly payments and avoid foreclosure, but you must act by June 30th.
All municipalities in Wayne County need your tax dollars. Don't ignore our notices. Take advantage of the programs we have by June 30th. Our office is here to help you. Come see us and find out your options. Don't risk losing your home to foreclosure. This is Wayne County Treasurer Eric Sabri. If you don't pay your 2013 and prior year's property taxes or get into a payment agreement, your property is subject to foreclosure this year. For those who owe delinquent property taxes, the good news is that you still have time to enter into a payment agreement and not lose your property. We have payment plans that may help you, but you must see us before June 30th to get back on track. Also, if you own and live in your home, you're eligible for a reduced interest payment agreement. By law, our office must collect taxes that provide essential government services, including police, fire, schools, and more. Keeping people in their homes is critical, and in doing so, we help stabilize neighborhoods to ensure that Wayne County remains a desirable place to live, raise a family, work, and invest. You can pay online, email us, or come on down to the Treasurer's office. My office is here to assist you. Don't risk losing your property to foreclosure. Remember, the deadline is June 30th, so act now.